Good morning everyone. I do hope you are continuing to keep safe and well in these very challenging times. Often in stage musicals, there's a scene in the story where the spotlight alternates between a separated couple as they burst into a song lamenting of their love for one another. Or sometimes in a film they use a split screen showing a couple of the main characters split apart and giving us the illusion they are separated by some distance and away from each other. In this John Lewis advert, they pushed that idea a bit further by depicting two would-be lovers who are actually decades apart. Typically, these are not happy scenes. They often signify an emotional as well as a physical separation, and that's what the filmmakers want us to understand. They are heart-wrenching moments in our understanding of what it can feel like to be separated from those whom we love. At this time, the coronavirus has given us our own split-screen moments, forcing us all to maintain physical distance, keeping us apart, away from our friends and family, keeping us away from our churches and our communion together. Of course, we are all doing our best in keeping in touch with each other through phone calls, FaceTime, Zoom meetings, by speaking to others while keeping socially distanced. But like those split-screen moments, there's a real sadness because the crisis has taught us the truth that as human beings, we are not made to be socially isolated and distanced from one another. Over the past 3 Sundays, the Gospel readings have focused on Jesus' final instructions to his disciples. It's a scene which is full of words of encouragement, but tinged with sadness as Jesus is about to be arrested, and it is the last time he will be together with his friends. In this week's reading from John chapter 17, verses 1 to 11, Jesus prays for his disciples, and in verse 11 Jesus prays, "Holy Father, protect them in your name that you have given me, so that they may be one as we are one." Jesus knows that his departure will have a profound effect on the disciples. Immediately after his death, this group of friends, the disciples, each started to go their own way. After 3 years of being together, they thought it was all over. They started to go back to their old jobs. Yet what they had not reckoned on was the resurrection and how Jesus would reunite them once again in his name, just like he had prayed for in them in that verse. Although we recognise this social isolation is necessary, we also recognise that it isn't easy. I'm normally one of those people who doesn't mind being in my own company. I can normally cope with being isolated. I've had plenty of practice over the years during times of retreats. But this week, I really hit the buffers, and I'm really aware that there is a limit to our split-screen moments and to being socially isolated. All the Zooming, FaceTimes and phone calls can only do so much towards our deep desire in being together with those whom we love. Yet in the face of all this, there is some semblance of hope, a glimmer of hope which keeps us all going. A hope that one day this will all end and we will all be reunited once again. That's the same hope which Jesus prayed for, the hope which the disciples found in the resurrection when they were made one in Jesus, reunited once again. It's a hope which gave them joy and a fire in their hearts and souls to spread the good news. And that's the hope that we too pray for today. So as we continue in this difficult time of isolation, may God give you hope in your hearts. May Jesus give you the knowledge that one day we will be reunited in him. And may the Spirit give you the strength, the peace and the joy that you need at this time. Amen.